Come one, come all. Welcome back to the Mobafire Challenger Series. I always want to say championship because these guys feel like champions. I am being joined by the awesome EG80 or Feed. He's back once more. Tell the folks how you spent your time.
Just watching the other MCS match and listening to the music. So, it was a good game overall. I enjoyed it quite a lot. NWE showing a strong performance there. And now we're going to be coming into the last game of tonight with Aware Gaming coming back for the second game up against Curse Academy with a lot of subs.
I gotta say there's something that the Challenger Series does have, which is there's a decent chance of a substitute popping on, and there are so many different subs that can take that role. Still, though, all the players over on Curse Academy, they're solid players. I mean, Pobelter, people have been waiting for Pobelter to turn 17 to play competitively for about a year at this point. Since LCS rules first got announced, then you have Altec, the 14-year-old superstar, might be 15 now, not positive. Brunchia, the former AD for Complexity, Yoda TV, former CLG Black player, I believe, and Save Me, who I actually don't recognize.
Yoda was on FXO previously, and I have no idea who Save Me is. I saw a silver one in the lobby. I was like, wait, is this for real? But I guess he's someone else's account or something like that. But they let it through, so no complaints. So we'll see what happens. Well, the bands coming out for Aware Gaming, we have Elise, Vayne, and Ryze. While on the side of Curse Academy, Twisted Fate, Nunu, and Shen are going to be banned out.
Renekton coming in as a first pick. That's definitely one of Hirshin's favorite champions, so not surprising to see it locked in. At the same time, we've seen it dominate, we've seen it lose, we've seen a lot of different Renekton stuff going on today. But in the end, it comes down to the Renekton that gets TM Hydra and just kills people, as far as I'm concerned right now.
Yeah, Mega Zero's build was pretty beast. That Lock of the Iron Solari, and Tiamat was really cool to see. While on the side of Curse Academy, we do have Jarvan and Kennen being picked up. AoE Synergy already being picked up for Curse Academy.
It's a good start, you know? It's a simple start to a team. It's like, we got Kennen, we got Jarvan, we can just go ahead and AoE destroy them. All right, cool. But they can always go into different angles. The AoE could be more of a distraction. It could be the basis for the team. It could just be, maybe we want some AoE, go for a balance. Oh, that's a support Fiddlesticks, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, that's going to most likely be a support Fiddlesticks. I really like seeing that. 3-second fear, always something challenging to deal with, forces you to think about your decisions before you do them. And then Caitlyn going to be locked in for the AD carrier role for Altec. And since Vayne was banned, I'm pretty sure he would have picked Vayne first if it was unbanned. But they banned it on the side of Aware Gaming from some decent knowledge of how he plays, and picked up his second favorite AD carry in that Caitlyn. I've seen him play quite a lot, and usually the way the game goes for Curse Academy, when it's their regular roster, they usually protect Altec, and if he doesn't die, they win the game.
It's not a bad way to play because Altic is a fantastic player. I mean, he's been around for a long time. He's not competitively seen because he's just so young. And that's actually what I love about Challenger stuff too. That guy will be a pro in a few years. Like, I'll bet money on that one. Give you some good odds and slap down those salty bucks, but
Salty bets.
low salty bets. But unfortunately, can't play in the LCS quite yet. Now, Udyr being looked at. With that's probably an Udyr. I'll double check just to be safe.
No, it definitely is.
Okay.
Yeah, Udyr jungle is not that bad lately. It's been showing a little bit of resurgence in solo queue from what I'm seeing. You got the Phoenix stance, you get Tiger stance if you want to for the other lane ganks. You get Bear stance, the stun, Turtle stance for the shield and pass the extra on-hit damage and mana regen. And then we're going to have Oriana going to be locked up for mid lane. And hovering over a Fizz for the side of Curse Academy. Could see that one come out for Pobelter, unless they want to throw that in top lane. We'll see where it goes. As Kennen top lane versus Renekton, we've seen it before already today. We'll probably see it again.
Now, Fizz versus Oriana, I've actually seen Fizz destroy that matchup. But that is the case with any Fizz matchup. Akali versus Oriana, I've actually seen Akali destroy that matchup, but that is the case with any Akali matchup. Heimerdinger versus Oriana, come on, save me.
I've never seen it, but maybe we'll...
Yeah, I think I saw it once, but it's like, what's going on?
Yeah, we might see Blue Build Ezreal for the mid lane. This is actually something very interesting that I saw yesterday in some matches. It's highly effective against those AP champions in the early game in the mid lane. You have a lot of really good harass. You have the mobility from Ezreal with that Essence shift. Essence Flux? No, it's the shift. I'm just calling it shift.
Yes, wait, Arcane Shift, Essence Flux, maybe?
Yeah, that's
the one. I was definitely saying Essence Shift earlier. I do not regret anything.
But yeah, we're gonna see most likely mid lane Ezreal. I don't think he's gonna go AP, but he could. We could see that come out of nowhere, like just a ball going into left field. But if he does go for the AD carry, secondary carry kind of route, he'll have a lot of kite potential with that Iceborne Gauntlet, a lot of poke with the Mana Muni Mirror Mana combination coming out, and then maybe Blade of the Rune King. We'll see what he varies up with his lifesteal, maybe going for that BT. It's fairly strong towards the early game. You can control your lane really easily. You can't really die to ganks unless like they extend really hard, get that bear stance, stun, flash, ignites, all that yada yada. And maybe there was a placeholder. I don't know. Looks like someone dropped from the lobby. Looks like Yoda TV dropped out. Bug client, but the teams are locked in. Doesn't look like any placeholders.
Yeah, so hopefully should just get them in ASAP.
Yeah, and okay.
Spotify was going to be barging into that. Sorry about that. It makes weird lines up here. Yoda TV is back in though, and you know how earlier it was like this could be an AOE team.
Mm-hmm.
It still could be. This is the cool thing because Ezreal, you mentioned his kiting. At the same time, if he's moving forward, just hopefully not arcane shifting into the enemy team.
Yeah.
He can still do the exact same thing. He can still slow and just keep them in the AOE instead of playing a defensive kite game. So it's a very all around cool lineup, dude. Ezreal mid, I like it.
Yeah, I do too. It's not a bad idea, and it, as I said before, is really strong. But let's talk about the other stuff that's going on. We're gonna have Kennen versus Renekton up in that top lane again, and in the bot lane we're gonna have Graves Thresh going up against Caitlyn Fiddlesticks, and we know Fiddlesticks isn't the tankiest of supports, so gonna be interesting.
A little bit squishy. I think it's because he's made out of straw. Like I think that's the basis. At the same time, Thresh can actually have a lot of trouble with Fiddlesticks. You can never ever get hooked as Fiddlesticks unless you're in some situation where Fiddlesticks is at full HP. The enemies are both at a third HP, and the death sentence is actually just a death sentence for the Thresh. But Darkwind Harass destroys Thresh early on. Like he has trouble dealing with it just because of his short range. He's gonna be very near minions. He's gonna be very close to the graves because they both have shorter range. So there are a lot of things that can go wrong with the Thresh lane. At the same time, if there's ever a hook that lands on Fiddlesticks, my God, that Fiddlesticks is so dead.
That quick draw into Buckshot couldn't come any faster out of X-Fax. It looks like we might have another bug from Save Me. So, well, things are all going wrong for Curse Academy, unfortunately. Everybody's bugging out the lobby. And we see 3 Lemon Dog symbols from them, though, so supporting the EUS scene.
And I will say I am definitely sad to see that the Cassiopeia's Warlocks that Save Me is currently representing are just it's not working out. That division is not looking good for competitive play. If you can't get into the game, that's step one, man.
If you can't get into the game, man, it's kind of hard to play the game. But yeah,
it's like step one for like playing a little competitive is always like get good at the game. No, first turn on the game, get into the game. That's step one. Have a computer, I guess, would be step one, or have access to a LAN center. But I mean, the way these delays can actually draw on the players, because this is late at night. Like, what time is it now? It's 10:24 in the Pacific. These aren't all West Coast players, of course, so it's up almost, I guess, 1:30 on the East Coast. And a lot of these players, they're getting tired. So these delays can actually have huge impacts on the players.
Yeah, that's where I'm at on the East Coast right now. So it's about 1:30 in the morning. Really, really early, but it's always fun to stay up late. Esports time. That's what I refer to it as.
It's loud up out of esports, and sometimes you just gotta stay up late because esports. Yeah.
If there was one more ban, Curse Academy just felt like YOLO. I think that's what they were going for.
They were the AAA. They love their car safety over on the side of
some AAA auto insurance.
I actually had AAA for a while because I left myself out of a car. I'm like, well, I can just sign up for AAA because it's the best deal.
Obviously.
Yeah. And then I could log myself out of the car at any point in the next 6 months, and I was good.
They just come in, break the door open, you're good to go.
Yep. AAA. I actually love seeing people open the door with like the thing. Like it's like a wizard just with a metal stick shoving it into the car window. It looks like it's gonna break the car or like damage the car. Okay, perfectly fine.
I once had someone actually have to do that, and he's like, "Man, I can make a living stealing cars," and I was like, "You work for the insurance company. You shouldn't be saying that."
I think that's exactly it. He knows all the secrets.
But yeah, finally getting into that 3-minute delay timer. So, you see any chance for invade? Actually, I see Aware Gaming having a big potential for it.
Oh, I just gotta take the blockers off. That's all I really care about. It's fun to remove those, show off those summoner spells. Nothing too exciting going on.
Just
Uh,
Ignite Arc Slash on Thresh. That's really the only different thing.
and in the end, the aggressive support with Ignite, it's really one of those things where I think it's just personal preference at this point. And of course, you know, Thresh can kill Fiddlesticks. Like, let's just reinforce that. Thresh can really kill Fiddlesticks. Invades. There's always a chance for an invade on a Thresh team. Udyr could always go for the bear stance early on. Not the best idea. People won't do it though.
You'd be surprised.
It can work, but it's such a risk. If you don't get the kill, you are an Udyr in bear stance at level 1. And even if you do get the kill, you're still that same Udyr, unfortunately. But still, there's lots of kill potential. And then Fiddlesticks is actually a really, really good first blood character if there's someone else to CC. Unfortunately, there isn't really good, reliable CC on Curse Academy, but Dark Wind is amazing. It's up to a 3 or so second silence, which means no flash, which is so big early on.
Yeah, it could be up to 3 seconds if it bounces between 2 targets, but if
it could be something else. It's still at least a 1.1 second silence,
Yes.
which is more than the level 1 fear.
Yeah, for sure. So we could see him taking that early if he does end up sensing any kind of invade coming out. And the matchup between Oriana and Kennen, I kind of want to say it's in Pobelter's favor.
Yeah, it's Oriana Ezreal, you mean?
Oriana, Ezreal, excuse me, not Caitlyn. If they put Caitlyn there, even more in her favor.
Like that's pretty cool. Yeah, Pobelter could definitely do a lot. Unfortunately, Oriana, you know, level 1, level 2, she's based off auto attacks, which Pobelter, you know, so is he. And let's be honest, Ezreal's a little bit better at auto attacking early on. Little bit.
Little bit. The range from Caitlyn makes it a little bit easier.
Oh, I mean for versus Oriana.
Oh, versus Oriana, yes. But yeah, we're heading into that a minute delay timer. We're going to run a quick set of ads. We will be right back, guys. Thank you all for watching. Disable your ad blocker, support iBudPower, Fatality Gaming Gear, and Raise Your Academy. We'll be right back. Party time, Fiddlesticks. Come on, yeah! Surprise party, Fiddlesticks!
My mic was muted. Whoops. But we got something good. We got something really good. We got a surprise party of Fiddlesticks. All right, immediately this game is now in favor of Curse Academy because just look at it. It's so good. It's such a good skin.
He's got one of those, I don't know what those are called, the party favors? The woo! Whatever you make that noise.
I think those are called streamers, I want to say.
No, the ones you blow into and they send out that long thing. Yeah. And they make the noise at the end.
I don't know, I'm just gonna... And my mouse pointer doesn't show up on stream in the loading screen, so I can't pick the nose of Jarvan's armor. Unfortunate. Side note, if you ever see Warring Kingdom's Jarvan and you want to kill some time in the loading screen, just pick that nose.
Oh god. Alright, we're finally loaded into this game. The final game of the night. Oh, Ware Gaming going up against Curse Academy with 3 subs. And it looks like we are getting some pings and some aggressive action maybe going to go down. We had everybody pinging for the side of Aware Gaming to go towards Complexity Academy's red.
Alright, let's see what they do with that level 1. Both teams kind of pinging around. They could go for the invade. Looks like a spread coming out from Aware Gaming. Very defensive. Same thing from Curse. Just across the side. Wouldn't really want to do anything aggressive. Nothing reliable for either side.
Yeah, and word being dropped by BrunchU. Gonna spot out Ghost Zero who doesn't care with that Tiger stance up. So gonna be looking for a Tiger stance jungle Udyr this time of the game. This time around, not gonna go for Phoenix stance. Still standing on that ward, and they blow up pink for it. So they really wanted that gone.
I mean, this does open up a lot of options now. They could go for the invade, and that's what they're doing. Now they want to get that ward down. That was
look at Cursed Academy's items. There's 3 Doran's Blades.
That's a lot of Doran's Blades.
Oh, and Go Zero started a Doran's Blade for jungle Udyr.
That is gonna be cool.
Okay, so looking for the trades early on, or potentially just invading by himself. We'll see what happens if he counter jungles. While on the other side, we do have just a typical start for the Jarvan. Gonna have that machete and 5 pots.
Pobolter did not land his Mystic Shot, but at the same time, you know, I think Aware Gaming was aware that they were in a really dangerous position to actually commit to anything. So both sides just go for the vision. Does Fiddlesticks get that ward? Does knock it down. A pink for a pink on both sides, but they do secure the red buff vision, which is quite a secure thing to have.
Yeah, but Brunchu went in for some extra potions, so he only had 1 pink ward at the time and 3 green wards. So unfortunately, gonna be down in the ward battle for the bot lane.
Thresh does have that pink advantage. Still gonna be kind of ward battles are weird. We may not see much come of it at the same time. It's gonna be whether or not Brunchu sees the pink ward go down or the green ward go down. And if you can play around the green wards, or if you see the pink ward go down, he can get the vision just, you know, in different spots.
We do have pings going down. Brunch, gonna get spotted out by Arxy Slash. Gonna take over that bush for himself and walk back into lane. Well, we have Honda going up against Pobelter. Started E, so he has that command protect for the extra shield and magic resist and armor on the active of the shield. And gonna try to trade with Pobelter, who has no sustain in just the Doran's blade. Ooh, Dissonance.
Not the death, only level 1, so Arxy Slash doesn't have that much damage, doesn't have the flay yet, doesn't have the extra auto attack damage, but still Brunch was very quickly down, taken down to half HP as Ghost Zero. Gotta get out of there. And
I thought Yoda was gonna flash.
It looked like it. He thought about it, but he decided, you know what, Renekton's coming down, I can go for the chase, or, you know what, I can just go ahead and take him down and fight for the blue buff later.
Ooh, they caught Brunch again. Auto attacks coming out. Buckshot, that's a lot of damage, taking him down to about 230 HP. And he's gonna chug that health potion and heal up while Ehamda harassing Pobelter with that command attack and dissonance. While Flay connecting, Ignite going down. Brunchu eats the buckshot, the flash coming out, auto attacks everywhere. Fear connects Fax and get in range, doesn't look like it, and Brunchu will survive while they are still poking back. Flay getting the net, 90 caliber net from Altec on that Caitlyn, and wow, they're sitting back at a low at about 100-ish HP both.
Just completely even battle. Top lane, Udyr forced to do some odd maneuvering as it looked like both sides were going to go ahead and converge on him. Jarvan and Kennen looked like they were circling for that kill. Unfortunately, could not get that vision, could not secure him. Ghost Zero, just played a really odd game as Yoda TV was trying to catch him at the blue buff, but Ghost Zero just wasn't taking the bait. He knew something was up. When Kennen left lane, he knew something else was up, and in the end, played safely and survived.
Yeah, and they even ended up taking the blue buff away and securing it for themselves. Yoda TV not going to steal that one for his team. And yeah, now the junglers are clear. Both buffs are out currently, while Pobelter is poking away at Ehamda, using those Mystic Shots and Arcane Shift. And wow, a lot of damage coming out from him.
Ehamda, okay, going for a spread out build, not focusing on command protect. That early level protect is huge because, like I mentioned earlier, he can't really auto attack harass Ezreal. He has less range, he doesn't have the same output because Ezreal does have those AD runes, which are more efficient than Oriana's passive. It's a hard exchange for him. This is not an easy lane for Oriana.
Yeah, not at all, and I'm surprised he's actually keeping up in CS that well. 21 to 19, gonna fluctuate just a little bit. CS, about a 2 CS differential overall, and we do have the first gank into bot lane coming through. Yoda TV sneaking through, they have that pink ward. Drops the ward, gets the Dragon Strike. Amasian Standard comes in, gets the knock. A bread buff being applied, auto attacks going down. They know he has no flash, and Altec will pick up that first blood. While Samey getting initiated on by Hirishin, and he's going to try to run back to tower. Cullen Meek is not enough, and he will get away.
A very solid gank right there. That I would say is not necessarily ganking 101, but they really played to the safeness that Arxy Slash felt. He had the pink ward down. What does that mean? They're not going to have vision on him. He can stand forward in the bush, try and go for a death sentence harass, try and go for some damage. So they really played off that. They really punished that well. And that's just some good psychology coming into the game. Like, they knew what he was going to do. They knew he felt safe, and that's when people were at their weakest. That's when you could really surprise someone.
Speaking of surprise, a little fear coming out on Gosira as he bear stance towards that Caitlyn. Could not catch up to him though, and he will be able to run away while Hirishin is proxying the wave up top and taking quite a bit of harassment for it from Save Me.
not necessarily proxying it well, but he does force save me away from the tower, and so he does deny some experience. Even just 1 or 2 creeps that can build up quickly. And mid lane, Yonda's He's out of mana. He's kind of a dangerous spot, but Renekton's going to meet his Demacian friend over here. Can they really make anything happen off this?
We'll see. Hirshen just going to press that B, cancel it. Let's Jarvan farm up those Rays. There are pings going down. There's a back ping coming out as well. Well, we do have Arcee camping that bush for X-Faxon, and now he's coming up behind Belter, who is going to get sliced and diced on the flash stun. Are they really going that hard? Ignite coming out, auto attacks, Tiger stance with that auto attack proc from the first active gets the kill. Brunshu is the next target for this one. Ignited, auto attack for X-Faxon coming off. Buckshot connected with Altec. Is the barrier up? It is. Altec is going to try to hammer into this one, gets his barrier in response. Looks like he's going to try to get the quick draw with the potion.
Minions!
Lives, he gets the double kill. And Aware Gaming gonna go 3 for 0 across that map, and X-Faxon miraculously living through that.
At about 30 some HP by the final ticks. Very, very close there. Luckily, Arcee was able to man up, take some creep aggro, and just tank that out for him. And I gotta say, I love watching the battle between Graves and Caitlyn at close range, because both of them have very low attack speed at this point. It was nerfed in the past for Caitlyn, and Graves has always been a slow auto attacker early on in the game. And it's just those seconds, it felt like years waiting for those auto attacks to come out, but just enough. In the end, I'm loving it. They had the first blood, they had the kill, but Fiddlesticks, he got hooked. You get hooked by a Thresh, you die. That's how it works in the bot lane for Fiddlesticks.
In 3.9, I thought they nerfed some range casted minion attack damage by like 1 or 2. I don't know.
That would be survival right there. That would be it.
That would be why they just survived.
I mean, like,
I forget. I haven't read the patch notes in a few days. Oh jeez.
Range minions hit ridiculously hard. It's 25 damage per attack. They don't attack super quickly, but when 3 of them build up every wave, when you have like 6 or so, for example, in this wave in bot lane, that right there is incredibly high damage, incredibly quickly. The only reason Pace can tank it is he has that Vamp Scepter.
Yes, that's right, sure. And now we see the red buff getting stolen away by Hirshen and Ihamda, giving the shield a little damage as well. There are pings going down. Yoda TV is going to go in on Ihamda right now. Pops that Crystallian Flask, gives himself a little bit of regen. There is the Arcane Shift and Mystic Shot connecting. There's even an Estus Flux. Hirshen going to come out, pops that ulti instantly. Going to show his dominance and try to chase down Belter, but he does have blue buff. He does have a tier stacking up, and will be able to shift to the wall and juke away while his team helps guide him out of the enemy blue buff. And we could see a 3-man push going on mid for this turret.
They gotta make something happen because Renekton, he's popped his ult, he's no longer top lane, and he's missing a lot of CS, he's missing a lot of experience, most importantly. So this is a chance for Save Me to catch up from the earlier proxying, but you know what? Hirshen making a wise decision, sticking with the team because he couldn't go through the jungle since it was dangerous. Just gonna try and farm up and take the turret.
Oop, oh, Hirshen actually going in the backline right now. Gets that stun. Cold Meat coming out as well. A lot of damage being applied. Well, Altec gets initiated on in the bot lane. X-Faxon getting feared underneath the turret. Gonna eat 3 of those hits. Gets shield from the Lantern. And will be able to survive. And yeah, Aware Gaming showing some really strong play as opposed to Curse Academy is kind of sitting back just a little bit.
I gotta say, Aware Gaming is a team that if a bad situation comes up, they will try their hardest to make something good happen. Actually get these characters in order. But what's really neat about it is, like last game, for example, they chased a Vayne down to an inhibitor turret and then backdoored it right then and there. So that's cool play. That's really kind of going out of your way to make something weird but unique and cool happen. And that's how they play it, and I love it.
Yeah, it's really good. And even though there is a 2-kill differential between the teams, it's only a 400 gold difference compared to everything right now. And the CS, oh, that ward actually just missed right here and shit. So they're gonna ping that one and know it's there. Altec getting hit by the death sentence. Grace isn't there though. The flake coming out. Arcee is by himself. He is not scared of this Fiddlesticks.
Welcome to League of Thresh, where Arcee can just do whatever the hell he wants because he's playing the tanky Thresh. That CS difference up top lane, you mentioned it, but look at the HP on the turret. Only about 200 left. Hirshen now going for the engage, trying to keep Save Me harassed, but he can't do anything. He's a Renekton on equal terms with Kennen that just never goes in his favor.
Yeah, it's really hard. But we do have Brunshu, level 6. Gonna most likely go for that Crowstorm gank if he can. Yoda TV not just 6 yet. We might see Crowstorm come through the wall. Brunshu has flash, he's channeling it. Gets the knockout to X-Faxon. Flash, fear. Lantern is there, pulls him out. Barrier, the box to disengage. And they live.
Can't get past the box. The box stopped them completely. That 99% slow. Thresh just completely overpowered. Look at that overpowered champion doing his thing. And now they can try and set something up off this. They still have Fakes with the ult up. They still have a lot of burst damage. You know, they might go for Dragon over on the side of Curse Academy, but nothing is secure. And dude, that lantern is just so broken. There's nothing else to say. It is such a good skill.
I'm surprised he even could be able to click on it when everybody was on top of him at that point. That was pretty good micro, I guess, to get his mouse onto that lantern and then right-click it out. But now we have the tier 1 tower being pressured in bot lane. There are 2 traps there. Probably going to eat them and just go into the tower to harass. Looks like everybody from the side of Curse Academy that should be there is there, and they will be able to defend it, while everybody else is just farming their lanes.
Passive Farm Fest is always the backup option. They could go for a Dragon on Aware Gaming. There is no ward in the Dragon Pit, so it would be relatively safe. At the same time, it's risky. Both sides are kind of scared of each other. There's so much AoE that can come out from Save Me if it decides to roam towards a fight. And any sort of standoff will just make both sides as easy as Altic going for the man mode. Gets taken down instantly, though.
Yeah, and the collateral damage was just too much. There is the lantern again! They did it! They did it again. They stopped the Cataclysm with the lantern. That was pretty crazy. And now we have Dragon gonna fall for Aware Gaming. They're gonna pick that one up, get themselves a nice 100 gold per person. And second time we've seen the lantern be OP. I will admit it, now it is OP, but Yoda TV gonna actually try to go in. No, just gets dropped to Demosthenes Standard. And damn, that lantern play was pretty good. Alright, we call it a dunk when a Jarvan gets a good ultimate on someone. What the hell do we call that? Like, what is the Thresh lantern that pulls someone? It's beautiful. That's what I want to call it. Just beautiful. He throws out the beautiful, they click on the beautiful.
Yeah, the beautiful comes into action, and this Thresh play from RxC/, I was impressed by him last game. I'm impressed by him this game. He feels like an Edward in training. Like, he's still got a ways to go. You know, I like him, but he is someone who plays Thresh just so aggressively and so far forward to Save Me is caught up in the top lane. Yeah, the Bear Stance come out the flash as well. The Tiger Stance and Ignite. It's going to be enough to shred him. He's going to probably get out of there. No, he will not actually. Dominance and the Ignite from Hirshin take him down. And he tried to fight back with the Slicing Maelstrom, but it just wasn't enough. And he did lose his flash at Ignite. So that's going to be down for a little while the top turret is going to be pressured. I mean, that is a danger of a Kennen. He is awesome. He deals so much damage, has that escape. But if you're ever playing a Kennen and you get caught, you probably die. And that is just the effect of the flash from Udyr, the surprise from Renekton. Very good play overall. And really, I love Tiger Stance on Udyr just for the fact that even if Kennen looked like he was going to get away, he had at least 2 dots going on him. Tiger Stance from Udyr and the Ignite from Renekton, which would have just finished him off. Just then it's not going to connect, and I think I saw a good name for it, the Thresh Express. Thresh Express, ride the train. Ride the train. And now we have top tower going to fall for Aware Gaming. They're going to be able to pick that one up from Curse Academy and have a nice little advantage of a 2.5k gold lead. And we do have a lot of pressure being applied from that Thresh Graves lane, just proving to be a little bit too much for Altec and Brunchu. While Ihamda is going to poke on a Pobelter who does have the blue buff, and Mana Mune stacking up. Looking for that, you know, eventual Muramana. It's just a lot slower building now. He missed the smite! Yoda TV missed the smite to steal the run away from Ghost. No, he doesn't have a smite. That was not his smite. Oh, that never mind, just kidding. Yeah, it's a Ghost Zero smite. Yeah. Try to steal a Q, I'm wrong. I know, I'm like, I was like, oh my god, did he really? No, okay. Well, it's not that embarrassing. He did what he could. Did what he could and try to steal with the Q. It was close enough, and the smite wasn't exactly to take down Red, but Ghost Zero will take it away. While there was just a little bit of poke on up top, Save Me taking out Hirshin from the lane just a little bit. Ghost Zero gonna now look to push this mid lane, but Pobelter on that Ezreal with blue buff does have a lot of wave clear potential. Unfortunately for Ghost Zero, when he doesn't have flash up, he's not as useful as he'd like to be. Pobelter, can he get away from an Udyr? Yes. Can he actually chase down an Udyr? Definitely, based off that damage. But, no, maybe. Well, eventually with the blue build, he will actually, which is scary to think about. But you're, at the second, no, you're. Oh wait, there's the damage. There's the DPS. Ghost Zero just being annoying. Just that Tiger Stance that is currently rank 3 right now, and he has red buff too to apply a little bit of a dot on top, but just not enough to take him down to where he would like to be able to kill him, especially since Ezreal does have that arcane shift and blue buff, so just gonna be a little annoying for both of the players. And Hirshin just holding on up top against Save Me on that Kennen. He's trying to keep that tower alive. It's been down to 100, 200 HP for a good 5 minutes now, but unfortunately Save Me just, last time he tried to push it, he died from the gank. As Hirshin going for the recall, Jarvan in the area, but Jarvan will not find him with the brush. So, unfortunately, no action going on down there, but Udyr right now can't really catch up with anybody. You know, he's fast, he's mobile, so is everybody else in the game, except they're not fast and mobile from move speed, they're fast and mobile because they have movement skills. Exception to Save Me, but that's a lot of movement he gets from a Lightning Rush, a lot more than Udyr gets.
Yeah, X-Factor is just getting feared right now. There is the Thresh Express coming out. Just gonna go back onto RT Slash. And I noticed RT Slash is just throwing out these death sentences and not really caring too much, while X-Factor actually running into a trap, not caring either. Yoda TV with Pobelter gonna look at the Hamda and go 0 up that hill. Looking to possibly go in. Flash EQ gonna go on. There is a missing shot connecting as well. Save Me is there. There is the Cataclysm coming out as well. Ghost 0 is not long for this world. Pobelter picks up the kill, gets a red buff for himself, and a good kill for Curse Academy.
That's a solid pickup. That's Udyr going down. Level 9. Not a huge part of the team right now because he can't follow up with his flash. It's very easily kited, but still, this is a little less protection, and if there's ever a solid engage with the E-Hamda Oriana ultimate, that means Udyr can't follow up right now. That means this tower is very hard to defend, as E-Hamda is just very low now.
That True Shot Barrage dealing a ton of damage to him. Throws the Command Protect onto here. She needs to try to clear the way. There's a flash coming in from Pobelter. Gets the kill with the auto attacks. There's an EQ from Yoda. Gonna go try to interrupt Hirshin from chasing out Pobelter, but the Call of the Meek and the auto attack with the Ignite are enough to take him down, while it looks like XX Faxon did take down that bot tier 1 turret by himself with RZ Slash. So they trade a kill for tier 1 turret and go 1-for-1 overall.
In the end, slight advantage for Aware Gaming. Unfortunately, their mid turret down to about 229 HP will be going down, you know, at a stiff breeze. But they hold it. That means that when Pobelter responds, that's 150 gold he doesn't have, and how much gold does he have stockpiled up? About 438, as he just bought something. Now he has a Mura mana now, or the Mana Moon, now he has a Sheen, but that's a little bit of gold, and you need to rack up as much advantage as you can. Looking at Aware Gaming, they're ahead by about 3k, about 2.5k if you want to be a little bit more precise. And it's just so risky for them. If they lose a fight, they lose mid turret in a second. If they lose a fight, they lose bot turret relatively quickly as well. So this is a gold advantage that can be very quickly made up. You know, it still would be a slight favor for them, but at the same time, they have this advantage now. They should be able to do a lot of work in a team fight.
Yeah, and this advantage is huge. Thrust! Skyline Destinus rushes out long for this world. Collateral damage, buckshot. Oh, an attack from XX Faxon just takes him down. That's
blow it up! It's gone. He's a Fiddlesticks. You know, he's partying up in Fiddle Heaven now. I'm sorry. He's gone. I love Fiddlesticks, but he's dead now.
He's just a bundle of hay waiting to be eaten by a horse.
With balloon doggies all around him because
he's good for parties. They bring him to the parties and attach him to a stick and let him just dance while Dragon falls for Ghost 0. And now Aware Gaming looking to steal a blue buff. And it is warded. They're going to go in. There's a distance with the extra movement speed coming in for Hirshin, trying to slice and dice, but can't catch up to Pobelter. And blue buff will be given to X Faxon.
With all the escape bros in action, it's just Arcane Shift, Caitlyn head over the wall combo. Just, we're out of here. We can't do anything. We know it. Don't worry. This is ramping up faster though. Now, if they get those towers, it doesn't really matter quite as much. That 1500 gold they get is not nearly as important because of that kill, because of that dragon. So now, Aware Gaming, yeah, they can just be aggressive and offensive in the jungle. They just don't want an AoE team fight.
Yep, and now Thresh has that Oracles clearing out everything. You notice how the entire blue side for Curse Academy has been warded up by all those blue dots, those blue wards coming out. We see Aware Gaming taking complete control of this map at this point, stealing blue buff, stealing red buff currently, stealing Dragon away, just enjoying their life and their gold difference of about 4,000. We see tier 2 being pressured right now. That Bloodthirster Graze is doing a ton of damage, has blue buff. The Death Sentence connects on a Kennen, and RC Slash going in with Hirshin. The Fear comes out, the True Shot Barrage, the Command Shockwave hitting 2 members, the Cataclysm as well as the Crow Storm. This is just a mess of abilities. There is also everybody trying to run away. Hirshin in the back though, still with that dominance. Pobelter trying to kite away. Brunch is most likely going to end up getting ignited here. The Command move from the Oriana as well as Filter of Peacemaker coming out. And the blow up from the Command Dissonance and the collateral damage from Graves as Hirshin is the last one left. And the flash, Filter of Peacemaker from Altec. The snipe comes out as Hirshin is there with Hamda, Altec, and Brunch. You're gonna not chase that one down anymore. They go 3 for 2 in favor of Aware Gaming. That was just a giant explosion of ultimates, and it still went in the favor of Aware Gaming with their lead.
The Fear, I just gotta say, that Fear was so close to being perfect. I mean, Hamda stopped about right here. One more step. That was a shot over the wall from Altec. Barely missing the kill on Hamda. But you're right, that was the worst possible fight, I think. Well, not the worst. It could have been a lot worse if, let's say, Ryze had been focused earlier. But that was a bad fight. for Aware Gaming. They got caught out, lots of ultimates landed on a bunch of people. People got taken low. Arcee didn't even get the box down, which is just, it's such an important teamfight skill. And they won because of their advantage, because of the tankiness, and because Fix, and he saved that ultimate. He saved that ultimate for a long, long time because he knew who needed to die. Like, alright, I can blow it on Kennen. Don't care about him that much right now. I can blow it on someone else, but he saved it for, oh wait, it keeps going on, save me. Now in danger, can't rush out of there.
Arcee picking up that kill. Looks like he wants to chase, but that Iceborne Gauntlet is finished for Pobelter right now, so he can kite as much as his heart desires. He's still got that mana immunity stacking up. We'll see what he's at. He's at about 600 right now after spamming some abilities. Gonna try to get that one up fairly soon. Should have it about the 23-minute point if he keeps spamming enough. While everybody from the side of Aware Gaming with that Oracles and Arcee are still moving into that red buff. We do have the Demacian Standard being thrown up by Yoda to scout out that front bush. They are pinging to go in though. Not gonna go in just yet. They're sitting there, waiting, being patient, being very patient. This is some solo QS tactics as they wait in that brush with no wards for the Baron threat.
They do have the Oracles available. They can do some pretty nasty plays at the same time. Ezreal, he's got that ultimate. Is it up? Up in a few seconds, so they can check it if they're worried about the Baron. Now, Frozen Fist finished on Ezreal. This means Udyr is a lot less effective unless they go for another slugfest fight. Mobafire.
They're waiting around the corner. That's going to be so crazy. Arcee is scouting out for wards, so he's going to drop a ward himself. Hamda and Hiroshi just still sit there. While the ultimates are all coming up off cooldown. Crowstorm's up, the Slicing Maelstrom's up, the Cataclysm's up. Everything is up for each side besides the command Shockwave from that Oriana. So we could potentially see a little bit of a shift in the attacks. There is a trap connecting. Iceborne Gauntlet going to land that proc, get a little bit of damage onto them, but shielded away. And yeah, we're seeing Complexity Academy just pressuring this mid lane with all four.
It's not a bad idea. They need to make stuff happen because they've fallen so far behind. They finally picked up the free mid tower. It was so low in HP and they needed that gold desperately. But now it's a 5k gold advantage for Aware Gaming. They can try to make plays happen. They can try to go for another big old team fight. But the Frozen Fist on Ezreal, that's a huge pickup. That means that Udyr is a lot less effective. Renekton will have trouble chasing people down. That fight, if Ezreal had had the Frozen Fist, would have gone completely differently. So they would have never caught up to Ezreal. So now the game has gone from, let's just man fight them and win, to how do you stop Frozen Fist on Pobelter from shutting down the team?
You stop him by catching him out with the command Shockwave and then just completely jumping all over his face. But gonna be hard with that Arcane Shift and Flash available at all times. We'll see what happens with that. And yeah, once he gets that mana immune, he's gonna be huge. He's gonna be dishing out a ton of damage with those Mystic Shots, excuse me. Gonna keep throwing out his ultimate, the True Shot Barrage, to the bot lane to help keep pushing that lane. And yeah, he keeps spamming those Mystic Shots. It keeps resetting his abilities by 1 second, and we'll have that ult up in no time.
So what is the cooldown on his ultimate? Just base, 70-second cooldown. He gets a Q every, what, 2 or 3 seconds? Yeah, it's such a short cooldown, which really provides a lot of map control they need. It'll keep the creep waves in check. Now, Fiddlesticks, it's a 5-man party looking here for Cursa Academy. They could try and do something. Jarvan now split off. It looked for a moment like they might make that play happen, but Ghost Hero's just going to be content farming up the jungle. They want to try and shut down as much jungle farm as possible now for Curse Academy. They don't want a passive farm fest just because, you know, those shorten the gold. If they can stay aggressive, even just denying farm is a good step.
Yep, and we do have Hamda still pushing, throwing out that command dissonance and the command attack. Bolter might look to make it a little bit of an aggressive play. Did land a Iceborne Gauntlet onto that. The flash and the command Shockwave coming out as well with the distance, doing a ton of damage to save me. And there's a Pillar of Peacemaker over the wall. They know what they're doing. Baron right now. It is fairly low. It is most likely going to fall right here as he's going to throw the Pillar over. Nope, gets smited. Go Zero will get that one for his team. They drop the ward of the wall. See it is taken. And now Aware Gaming has a Baron buff over Curse Academy.
That's a Baron buff. That's a lot more gold. Now they can try and just deal with the Ezreal slow by tanking through it. That HP per second is so huge on Hiroshi. It's so huge on Ghost Zero and even Arcee because he's gonna get in the thick of it. He's gonna take a lot of damage. So now they have that Baron down. Now they can go ahead and just try to man fight them. Ezreal will slow them. That's fine, but they can survive the damage. Fiddlesticks ultimate only level 1 still, so it does 150 damage a second, which is still relatively high, or 125 a second, which is still high, except he has no magic penetration. He has no damage. He has no output. So they can ignore Fiddlesticks. Save Me does have the Zonias, but that's all he has. That damage is not high enough. Just all the damage that is AoE is not relevant anymore, and they can tank through it with a Baron buff so easily.
Yeah, and we do have Oriana finally stacked up for Pobelter on that blue build Ezreal. We'll see what he builds next. Looks like he's going for Last Whisper with that pickaxe. But on the other side, we do have Graves with that Phantom Dancer Bloodthirster combination. Gonna have a long sword. Probably finish that into a Last Whisper like he just did. While Altec, excuse me, has the Infinity's Edge, Zeal, and Longsword. Most likely going to go for Last Whisper next after he finishes that. If the game goes on that long, we'll see where Curse Academy stands. These too many academies, don't know what's going on. But yeah, we're having that mid push happening right now.
Mid push, it's going to be hard to defend, and you know Curse Academy, they want to initiate a fight. They want a big ol' AoE team play, and they actually might be able to do it with Hirshin up in the top lane. So this is, I don't know, this is kind of scary. This is going to be a dangerous position if they do go for that fight, and if they don't, they're just going to get pushed in. I don't know, I'm worried, man.
I'm worried for Curse Academy. We'll see if they can hold this one off. The wards are being cleared right now by Arc2/ without oracles. There's no oracles on the side of Curse Academy. I keep wanting to say complexity, but I'm going to hold my tongue every time. And we have XX Faxon going down onto that tier 2 bot turret, going to pressure it a lot. While we do Pobolter throwing out the True Shot Barrage, going to clear the wave as much as possible. And we might have a split push coming out from the side of Aware Gaming.
Pobolter forced to Arcane Shift over the wall. Saw a dangerous Oriana out in the wild, and actually just going to pepper her with Mystic Shots. Very good trades overall. I mean, this is the danger of an Ezreal. They still can't get into a poke fight even if the damage is relatively low compared to what it could be, because that Ezreal will deal constant damage. It's almost like, alright, Ezreal in a team fight is bad because there's limited time. If you get into a poke fight though, his damage is essentially never going to end. It's infinite DPS as far as I'm concerned.
Yep, and now we have Go Zero Faxon. Oh, they're actually going to look to go. Oh, I thought he was going to go and he juked me for a second. Lightning Rush just, I'm going to go in. Not just kidding, going to back out. While we do have Go Zero tanking that turret with all the shields that he needs, the turtle stance, the lantern, everything. Going to take up that tower and get it fairly easily.
The good news is, I mean, they take Save Me down so low. They can try and just push this now. Fiddlesticks is low, Save Me is relatively low as well. They can't survive from half HP or 2/3 HP. They need to be at full. This is a chance for that mid turret to go down.
Yep, we could potentially see Hirshin and Iham to get that one for his team. While they do have initiation coming out, a lot of damage on the Yoda right now. All that damage, the auto attacks and the command dissonance with the command attack from Iham do end up taking him down to about half HP. And now we see bots are being pushed. They rotated now to bot. All 5 of them are there. We could potentially see a dive come out. There's the dominance. There's the command shockwave and the collateral damage coming out. Take down both of them, and that is most likely going to be a inhibitor. Oh, no, Dustset is going to connect. They're not done just yet. They force the flash. I don't know, force the flash. They force the EQ out of Yoda TV to get out of there, and inhibitor is going to fall and rotate to mid.
Now mid turret, it's going to go down. How could they hold it? It's 3 versus 5. Maybe the damage from Altic is high enough. Still 6-2 squishy, and of course Jarvan still has the ultimate, but there's nothing to back it up. He can keep people in place, but to do what? And that was just, they did not expect Renekton to walk up to them. That was, you know, a fighting game thing. He walked up to him and stunned him. Yeah, that was the mind game. No one expected it, and then they landed a full Oriana combo. The collateral damage just saying, you know what, Pobolter, you had a good run, but we're tired of what you're doing. We're tired of this kind of knock off that Frozen Fist, sending him out of the game. And that was just, I'd say, you know, you don't expect that. Who walks up to someone as Renekton underneath their tier 3 turret? You expect the slice and dice, you expect the audio cues, never just the, I'm gonna stun you now. Like this.
Yeah, just going balls deep into that turret. As we saw before that dive, they got 2 kills for it. They're pretty content with that one. Well, we do have Baron spawning in about 3 minutes currently. The Baron did just fall off of the side of Aware Gaming. We could see that go down, or they could just pressure for 3 inhibs and try to end the game.
That's definitely an option. They could wait for the Baron. That gives a chance for inhibitors to respawn. I think they're just going to go man mode for it. That's the Aware Gaming I know. That's the salad bar back in action. Just going ahead, tossing in there. If someone's in danger, they got the Thresh Express. If Thresh is in danger, just whatever. If Thresh dies, initiate a fight after they dive him, because if they can win that fight, they've won it before with a smaller advantage.
Yeah, and now we're going to have everybody rotating up top. Just like you said, they're going to man up, go for that tier 2, go for the tier 3 and 3rd inhibitor, try to get those double super minions coming out from their base, and look to possibly end this game fairly early.
29 minutes into the game, look at the kills. Braves at 238 CS, 602, Renekton 405. There's only 3 turrets left in the game for Curse Academy. 3 turrets, that's not a lot of turrets, that's 1 line of turrets, and you know what, the inhibitor turrets are already gone, except for that top lane, which is looking so tasty.
Yep, there's only 3 turrets left now, as we do have the inhibitor turret being pressured up top. There is Last Whisper finish for Pobolter and for Altec, so a little bit of armor penetration coming out from them, and we could potentially see a fight erupts here as Curse Academy's last stand.
But she's still level 10, or can't do damage with his ult. It just doesn't do anything.
Lantern being thrown out. Unfortunately, Fiddlesticks can't Shadow Crow Storm and take that one with his team. We'll see if Udyr can hold this one off. True Shot Rush coming. And they only have Altec defending the base against the Super Minions right now, so he's doing his heart out to try and defend this. X-Faction getting caught out right there. Silent Spear, Cataclysm, Slicing Maelstrom, but the box is going to deny them from coming in. Party time gets blown up in response. Buddy Hamda with that commit shockwave taking out everybody out. God like Graves right now. Yoda TV just gonna go and not care as Hamda takes him down, and this is gonna be over.
Hamda, alright. The ultimate did not get the kill. Go through, might actually go down. Nope, Command Protect wouldn't save him at the last second. And yeah, this is it. They have the very, very fast Ezreal with those home guard dudes. Altic, no!
X-Faction taking him down, legendary right now. The 3 inhibitors are down. The Zonya's bait trying to take down Pobelter, but he is going to flash after that one. Dissonance flashes away from the command attack, and Dissonance flash from Hiroshi chasing him down. Going to get the stun, called the Meek, not going to connect, but they're just going to go in this game, and it's going to be Aware Gaming taking the final game of tonight against Curse Academy.
Rest in peace, Curse Academy. You had a good run, did have some subs, but Aware Gaming, that was a fantastic piece of game right there. They lose the first blood. The Thresh Express just dominated the early game, and eventually, you know, the DPS from Graves, the DPS from Renekton, just everything they did was awesome, and they somehow won AoE team fights against a team with more AoE.
That was great. And yeah, that was the final game for tonight. I have nothing else to say about that one. Aware Gaming showing a dominating performance even after losing the first blood, like you said. And the Thresh Prince in Arxie Slash doing a good job with those death sentences and avoiding a lot of the fights just with the box.
Well,